Okay, since I'm sending this out to the internet, I guess I can imagine that I'm having a conversation with Rachel Maddow as an interview, whatever, is a sort of frame of this message, this video, what I'm creating. Because I'm thinking to add a voice to everybody getting a voice right now. What's going on in America and what happened in where I live, El Centro, Imperial County, Southern California, is like, because as for myself, I did so like, who am I? What was my perspective? And like, what is, or what I think is my perspective and to present to the United States of America, the public. So I like myself as a veteran and electrician. The why did my community have this spike in the population, and continue in the population? Well, Imperial County is what you get when Republicans run the United States of America. We're a microcosm of that. It's the so I guess you could say, like, if gerrymandering, but also like, where does the population live, and how do the population exist on the levels of economy, and populations and exploitation of those populations. So in the case of Imperial County, you have a lot of these white Christian Protestants who had been, of these affluent families, like white families, landowning families in the San Diego County area, who early 1900s they when they are able to get irrigation into this desert location, inside of California, and they move over and acquire all this land, clean it up, set up for agriculture, and get a Hispanic labor force come in, and it's just like, okay, that's just how it goes. But where did America go, and what was the politics of those populations? The Hispanics settled into the cities, and the whites lived in their ranches outside of town. So we have a school or two that you look at the population, the names of the people for like generations, they were of these Caucasian white landowning families. In the city settlement schools, the population of the kids, the public school kids, are Hispanic names, and that goes on for generations. And that's like the resident population that sort of starts out and grows over time, and in and out. Like, just for a lot of people, it's like, well, you come to the border of California, and like you're in the backwoods country. Like, no, you want to move to the city, man. Like, you want to get going and move on. So we're a population pump of talented people who go around the world, and the COVID hits, and it's like, well, there's a problem with our local system because, like, well, we got a lot of rednecks, a lot of Republicans, and but we had to live right next to them, but like we're cool with everybody, and it's like, yeah, whatever, but like some stuff like, we're getting to where like we need to not tolerate it, but in terms of like, well, who's got the money, who runs things, who said, okay, like this can happen here, this can happen there, like social taboos of like, money inequality or money, like, who has access to what, can do what, because like, a lot, like we are small town America is the idea. Meanwhile, on the Mexican side, they have a big city, of like, a quarter, 3/4 of a million people, plus, like this is like a whole, because where we live is like Sim City. It's a flat piece of land that, oh well, as long as you can get water, you can do whatever. Like, you have the Colorado, yay. But it's all these factories, and so as a result, we live in this weird little thing of Imperial County is its own little bubble of it's a greenhouse. We have a long growing cycle. We're able to grow 3 crops a year, and we're like the salad or fruit basket of of the southwestern United States. Like we like our agriculture goes everywhere. A lot of products, like even around the world to like Japan and China and I'm sure like Africa and you know yeah we it's there's a lot of money. So Republican mentality is let the free market dictate the growth. These cities grew up as families that just, okay, hey, well, we're going to be a city because we're growing and having something happen here, and we want to have the entertainments of of modern man, and like televisions and whatever come up, and but we had downtowns full of shops, different stores. Like a lot of commerce. A lot of people go there. Like you see people all the time. And then like the biggest store would be a Bonds. Then Walmart comes in. Walmart just destroyed the downtown. And ghost stores. And the thing that affected was, well, if you had a car, because you had to drive, so that's where like this divide in like, well, oh, what happens to the people who don't have cars? Like people are like, well, I want to walk down the street to my favorite old place, like run by my friend, who I know forever. Like, where's my friend? Well, like they had to close up shop because the Walmart took out. I go to another place in California, San Jose area, and I want to say it's Gilroy, and it's like, hey, no chain stores, and you drive around like, yeah, it's great little stores, great little, but anyways, Imperial County is below sea level, and we're getting all this air pollution coming from Los Angeles, San Diego, and up from the Baja, and as a result, like 90% of the days are moderate to worse. And like so like every day people are coughing all day just for no reason, like it's because of the air, and yeah, like a very high percentage of people here are getting asthma. Like some people, like they're at school and they get asthma attacks, have to have the ambulance called because they can't breathe. But you go to the community county board meetings, and the federal appointed agent who says to the council, hey man, we need furniture to operate. We need like I need to be able to entice like good, talented individuals to work with me to get things done. Because like I can't hire a schmuck off the street. I gotta be able to hire a guy like, hey, what's the bigger picture? How do we make things work for everybody? How do we make everybody happy? Just like talent, and talent means money. Talent means like respect and experience that you have with a job to get something accomplished. Um, and like that's where like okay, so that's the wage I need to pay you at. That's what when we negotiate, make it better, benefits. Yeah, fine, let's do it. Like make everybody happy. Like that's the old school. Um, the Sorry if I'm getting off track. Uh, so why am I making this video? Well, this is my corner, literally, of United States, and well, what's the future? What would happen? What happens after whatever? So, living on the border, in my opinion, is that whatever you think is America, come to where I live and see everything's cool. You know? And it's amazing how it's small town with big city on the Mexican side that you don't hear about. Why? Because no crime. They know how to live like good people. I go to Mexicali all the time. I don't care. Whatever. It's fine. It's just like crossing the line in my car takes forever. I'll just walk, get a taxi, and yeah, I'm fine. The only problem about Mexicali though is they don't have a freeway. They have thoroughfare road areas now, but it's like a lot of stop and go, and even when you cross over, it's from Mexico to the United States, it's a long waiting line in the car, half an hour or more, hour in some cases, even longer, and the when you drive through the different cities in Imperial County, look at the temperature thermometer of your car, and you see that, oh, when I drive into a town, the town itself is 5 degrees hotter than the surrounding environment of the community. Do that for Calexico on the border, and the temperature 5-10 degrees, and then you get to Mexicali and it's 15 degrees higher. It's like, guys, come on, get some mass transportation going on, get some freeway systems going on. Look at San Jose. Yeah, you can make it happen. But and look at the New River and the Salton Sea while you're at it. But so my perspective from my corner of California to the United States about what's going on, how the vote will turn out. To be worried? No. What happens on November 4th, November 5th? Well, the Electoral College decides. be interesting to like, hey, let's look into changing some things. And do we let the 26% of the population dictate to the rest of the country what is acceptable? Something to think about.